Hi my dear 11th. We have started with the chapter number 1, Units and Measurements. Now you may be thinking, where is physics? From the beginning of the chapter we are talking about numbers, figures. Yes, we will go to physics, but first of all we should understand how to conduct the operations for measurement when we are talking about the measurements of physics terms or physical quantities. Okay, so we have already learned how to find out the significant figures for various types of numbers. Now today we will learn how to multiply, divide, add or subtract. That means all the arithmetic operations using significant figures or numbers. So there are some rules to be followed when we conduct such arithmetic operations using significant figures or numbers. Fine. For multiplication or division of the measurement of two physical quantities, after the multiplication or division is done, the final result or the answer must have least significant number given in the quantity. Okay, so for the multiplication or division of two numbers, I will get a final answer. That final answer must be having a significant number which is less among the two. So let us understand this rule with an example. Fine. So let us use an example to understand this rule for multiplication and division. First let us consider the rule for division, where I have considered the physical quantity mass which has the value 4.237 grams. So according to the rule of finding out significant figures, there are 4 significant numbers in this value given for mass. Okay, it has a decimal and there are no zeros. So all the numbers which are non-zeros are significant. This is just again a revision of how to find out significant numbers also. Now next, volume. Volume is equal to 2.51. So it has 3 significant figures. Okay, so out of these two, my final answer according to the rule must have 3 significant figures. That is the rule which is written here. 4 is the significant figure of the first quantity, 3 is the significant figure of the next quantity. For finding out the density, I have to find out mass per volume. So this number divided by this number, I get an answer. That answer should be reported with 3 significant figures as per the rule of least significant figures or numbers after division. So I write density equal 1.69. I rounded off these 3 digits to 9. How to round off? That is also a rule that we will do in the next section. Okay, gram per centimeter cube. So now my answer has 3 significant figures, which is the least among the two that should be in my final result also having 3 significant figures. I hope you have understood. So we have seen how to divide two measurements using the rule for significant numbers. Okay, now let us see how to multiply the measurements for two physical quantities. Now I have taken a data in which mass of a body is 2 kgs and 500 grams. Okay, and the acceleration of that body is 5.2 meters per second square. Now I want to calculate the force applied to the body such that it has moved to an acceleration 5.2 meters per second square. So my answer is m into a, multiplication. Fine. Now first let us determine how many significant figures are there in the given quantity m. So according to the rule of significant figures, it has 4 significant figures. This measurement has 4 significant figures, and this measurement has 2 significant figures. Correct? So our answer also should have 2 significant figures. Fine? Okay. So if I multiply F is equal to MA, I get 13 newtons. So our answer is 13. Let us see, does it have 2 significant figures? Yes, it has 2 significant figures. So there is no need of conversion or converting it into 2 significant figures by rounding off as we did here. We had actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures in the answer, but we wanted 3. So we converted into 3. Here our answer is 2 significant figures. We wanted 2, so we did not round off. We kept it as it is. So whether in the NEET or JEE, there can be questions like find out the value to correct significant figures. Then in the physical quantity, if there is multiplication or division, then our final answer should be rounded off to the least significant figures available in the given data. Fine? Okay. So I will just move and you take a screenshot. After this, in the same video, we will go to the rule number 2 for addition and subtraction. Fine? So now we move to the next rule of subtraction or addition with the significant figures. What should be the significant figure in the final answer when we subtract or add any 2 physical quantities measurements? That is our aim. Okay. So now what is the rule? The rule is the final answer must have the least decimal which is given in the data. So let us understand this with an example. In the multiplication and division, the final answer was supposed to have the least significant figures in the data. Here the final answer must have the least decimal in the data, given in the data. Okay, so now let us understand with an example. Let us first do addition of 2 physical quantities or 3 physical quantities or 4 physical quantities. Okay, now for addition, always remember we can add only the same units that we know it, but just for your remembrance, if we are multiplying, if we are adding mass, and we can add it to another mass or another mass or another mass. We cannot add mass and length, that is not possible. Okay, so let us take a data in which we are given M1 is equal to 3.608 grams. Again, we are given M2 is equal to 2.62 grams. We are given M3 is equal to 0.6 grams. And we are supposed to add M1 plus M2 plus M3, we are supposed to add. So let us add them like a normal addition. So it goes as 8, 2 and 6.828 grams. This is the addition. which we would do normally. But as per the rule, our final answer must have the least decimal. So let us see how many decimals this number has. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 decimals. Okay. This has 2 decimals. 1, 2. And this has 1 decimal. So our final answer also should have only 1 decimal. Is it clear? Okay. So now my final answer will be m is equal to only up to 1 decimal. So rounding off rules we will learn, but according to the rounding off, this would become 6.8 grams. This is my final answer with 1 decimal, because the least decimal is 1 in the given data. Right? Now let us understand the subtraction of two physical quantities. Suppose I have L1 is equal to 4.624 meters. L2 is equal to 3.30 meters. Okay. Remember, after decimal, whatever digits are there, they are for precision. Okay. So now, my final answer according to a normal subtraction would be 1.324 meters. This would be my normal subtraction. But according to the rule, my final answer must have least decimals. So my final answer should be having the least decimal. Okay. So let us see how many decimals does this data have. 3 decimals. How many decimals this data has? 2 decimals. So my final answer should have the least decimal. So that means my final answer should have only 2 decimals. So here I write L is equal to 1.32 meters, which is having 2 decimals. Remember, these are decimals, not significant numbers. Okay. So my final answer should have 2 decimals because my data had least 2 decimals. Fine. Okay. So now I shall just move and you can take the screenshot of whatever we had learned just now. Fine.